Joining me on the phone on Indiana in the Morning this morning is Brandon Buckingham, a meteorologist with Accuweather. And Brandon, thank you very much for joining us. I know that it's very foggy, very hazy here this morning. How are things where you are this morning?
Yeah, it's been an interesting combination here across central PA that, the combination of fog and smoke from wildfires, it's almost surreal how low the visibility is and how poor the air quality is this morning.
Same here. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you're familiar with a video game called Silent Hill, but it provides a very creepy atmosphere through a lot of fog and haze. So that's what it looks like over here this morning. So tell us a little bit about this. Now, we know that it's coming from the Canadian wildfires, but where are these wildfires exactly?
Yeah, so a lot of this round of the Canadian wildfire smoke, again, there's so many fires up there to kind of pick apart, but some of these generally from the Ontario and Quebec provinces, so generally right off to our north, but there also is, I guess, kind of mixed even higher up in the atmosphere. Some of the Canadian wildfires out in Alberta and even British Columbia have been sliding their way southeast, south of the border, and right here into the United States.
And what is it just following an airstream that's very strong headed down towards the south? Is that why we're seeing this?
It is generally in the lowest mile or so of the atmosphere is where these steering winds have sent it down southward. And, I mean, as it travels even farther, it does raise up at times into the atmosphere. So some of these, near jet stream level winds are now sending this down into the United States.
Now, when we think about smoke from a campfire or smoke from a fireplace, things like that, or smoke from even a structure fire in some instances, and it has a very particular smell. But this smoke, at least the air that we've experienced over the last 24 hours, had a very different smell to it. Some said it kind of smells like the heat from metal heating up. The other is smelling like plastic that is burning up. Maybe you can tell us why we're experiencing these different types of odors with this system.
Yeah, absolutely. So as these massive wildfires continue to burn and as they kind of linger in the air for multiple days, they actually react chemically with the sunlight that is produced with them. And these volatile organic compounds, the actual smells of the campfire will actually kind of disperse, leaving kind of the remnant smells. So some of these chemical reactions with the sunshine, again, it gives off that very weird, again, as you mentioned, the metallic or plasticky type smell. That's kind of just the leftover compounds after it is reacted for multiple days here with the sunshine.
So it is just a chemical reaction in this case. And does that make it even more harmful than it already is?
It really can. It definitely doesn't help the situation. Especially with a stagnant air pattern like we have now. It's, even for the general population here now, it's gotten to those concentrations where it's rather unhealthy for even the general population to be out in this for extended periods of time.
How long do you anticipate this lasting?
So as we work our way through the rest of the week, it looks like, of course, today will be an issue. Even into the day tomorrow will be an issue, and then we kind of trade things out as we work into the weekend, as we introduce a chance for showers and thunderstorms. So at times that can help to improve the air quality, but again, unfortunately, we're kind of trading out the smoke for a return of rainfall.
Well, I think a lot of people would welcome a return of rainfall, especially around here because we've been under drought watch as well for the past couple of weeks as well. So I think it would be a good trade. Once again, though, this is just becoming a very burdensome issue. And as you said, it's really affecting the health of even the general population at this point. What should people keep in mind as they think about going outside today?
Yeah, as you're thinking about going outside, again, if possible, to kind of limit your time outside or limit the physical exertion that you put on your body while you're outside. Or if need be, if you can't really get around it, to at least consider wearing a mask again, just to, protect your lungs from that fine particulate matter.
All right, and definitely we've been seeing some reports as well from the State Department of Environmental Protection to kind of limit open burning or use of gasoline-powered lawnmowers and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess whatever we can do to minimize, additional pollutants from going into the atmosphere over the next few days is, you definitely want to just keep it in mind.
All right. What else should people keep in mind when it comes to something like this? Because I think this is the first time that we here in Indiana County have kind of dealt with this air quality issue.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, a lot of times just, if possible, to limit that time outside. Again, limit the physical exertion that you put on your body outside, and just to check on maybe some of those more sensitive groups, the elderly, any folks maybe with asthma issues, just to be very mindful, and again, if possible, stay indoors and avoid it for a little while.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us here on Indiana in the Morning. All the best to you. Please stay safe.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.